Okay, it's Friday and apparently everything's quiet in the world at the moment. We've got a new India-US trade deal. We've got a whole load of geopolitical risk, and even the aviation industry is struggling with supply chain capacity. So which one of these is going to land on procurement's desk on Monday morning? Let's spin the wheel and find out. Right, aviation it is. And you're probably thinking, Richard, I'm not in aviation, so why should I care? Let me tell you why. Because if aviation can't make its supply chain work, no industry should feel safe. Aviation is one of the most advanced and tightly regulated industrial ecosystems in the world. Extreme engineering standards, complex multi-tier supply chains, global logistics. And yet this week, the message was blunt. They've got demand, they've got orders, sometimes 7-year backlog, customers are there, but the supply chain isn't. And here's the lesson for procurement that you need to think about for Monday morning. When supply becomes the constraint on growth, procurement stops being a cost function and becomes revenue protection. For years, we've been trained to optimize cost, reduce inventory, consolidate suppliers, drive standardization. And that is brilliant when the world is stable. But it isn't stable. And the aviation story is a warning that you are no longer operating in a stable market. And when capacity is constrained, you are no longer negotiating price. Procurement is competing for supply because supply means safety for your company. The risk of doing nothing is simple. If you stay in analysis mode while the business is in decision mode, you don't just lose influence, you lose time, and the business will move on without you. So practically, if that is you on Monday morning, what should procurement leaders do? First, treat supplier capacity like a strategic asset. Second, build visibility of your suppliers beyond tier 1. And I know most of us tried to, but actually this is now a core skill. Bottlenecks sit much further down the supply chain when no one is looking. And that's where you have to have visibility. Thirdly, tighten communication. Your stakeholders do not need a 50-slide deck. They need a clear recommendation with a balance of timing, risk, and confidence in the validity of the solution. And of course, AI can help you, not by making decisions, but by helping you work faster so that you stay inside that business decision cycle. It can also help stress test assumptions. It can scan available information for supplier risk signals. It can help you draft documents to go to stakeholders. But ultimately, you have to command that. Procurement's job is not to generate insightful PowerPoints. Our job is to recommend solutions that solve business problems. So, if you're watching aviation this week and thinking, that's not my world, I challenge that. Aviation isn't the story. The lesson is supply chain, and procurement is the story of how we manage that risk. Have a lovely weekend. See you next week.